Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing a modern take on a timeless classic, the reborn Pie Pan constellation. This one is a De Ville in name only. It's the Omega De Ville Co-Axial Chronometer Limited Edition, a 699-piece tribute to both the first Omega Coaxial from 1999 and the 1952 Pie Pan dial constellations. So the watch in yellow gold is 38.7 millimeters in diameter. It's 11 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 49.1 millimeters, and 19 millimeters is the spacing between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see it wears nicely. It's very thin. It will slide underneath the cuff, but it's also quite broad. And because it is over 49 millimeters lug to lug, I'm going to recommend a wrist no smaller than 15 centimeters circumference. You can see from this over-the-top shot that the lugs really are pushing out to the edge of my wrist. The strap is high quality, large rectangular scale alligator leather, matte finish. It's dark brown with a monotone stitch and a folded edge. There is some bolstering or stuffing to give it volume. On the underside, calf skin, you can see that this is a brand new Omega factory strap, and it's equipped with an Omega factory clasp. All polished externally. It has twin trigger release. You have to press them both to open it up for security. Internally, you can see engine turning and polishing. A long-serving and clever piece from Omega. It allows you to stuff the strap in, buckle it underneath these two little tabs, and then close all of this with the excess length hidden underneath the clasp and the strap. There's no need for minder loops. Remember, that's a minder loop. This watch doesn't need them. Super clean when the strap is sized down. Now, the case is handsome with fluted lugs and stepped lug profiles that contour into the flank of the case. It's a tribute to some Omega dress watches of the 50s, which featured lugs in this vein. You can also see that everything's in high polished yellow gold. We have relatively short and pointy crown guard structures, a push-down Omega branded crown, and then a fascinating bezel that's vertical outboard, flat inboard, or at least flat intermediate, and then as it abuts the sapphire, it has this domed flange, so a lot going on with that bezel. And the dial too, I said this is a De Ville in name only, and really it is. You could see the faceted pie pan-like profile made famous by the Omega Constellation chronometers of the 1950s. Now here we have a set of modified alpha-style hands, yellow gold, faceted individual indices, and then we have Roman numerals, or stylized Roman numerals, at the quarters, 12, 3, 6, and 9. Although it is a dress watch, it is surprisingly well loomed. You can see there's no trouble telling the time in the dark. The dial features sub-seconds with a blued sub-seconds hand, and then there's a little date window which is stepped down. You can see there's a step. It's not a sheer cut through the dial. Little tricks that are played to create a more aesthetically pleasing solution to a date in a dress watch dial. Now there is a quick-set system here, and a wonderfully serif font has been chosen for the numerals. You can see that the dial is a sort of silver media blasted-like profile, sometimes known as opaline. Pull the crown out, activate hacking or stop seconds, and then flip it all over. So this watch is not the original 1999 De Ville Coaxial. Those are collectible but not very wearable because they break a lot. This caliber 2300 is an evolved and fully vetted and troubleshot version of that movement. This is one to wear. As you can see, it is a limited edition out of 699. Here we have caliber 2300. So this movement started as the ETA 289282. Omega turns that into the caliber 1120 for its watches. The 1120 in turn became the caliber 2500 coaxial, and the 2500 with small seconds is this 2300. That's what we have here. Bidirectional winding, 48-hour power reserve, 33 pivot jewels, hacking seconds, quick set date, has a free sprung balance adjusted in 5 positions, and chronometer certified. And it also has a George Daniels style coaxial escapement, which is a direct and indirect impulse tangential contact escapement that improves power reserve, chronometry, and reduces maintenance requirements. Then, although machine finished, it is handsomely machine finished and definitely worthy of a display case back. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Pie Pan dial coaxial De Ville chronometer.